lived in a lot of different cities within India, and I've also actually lived in Germany and Singapore. So we kept on moving, and I kind of like that. And it was a little bit of a privileged life actually. Without having a whole lot of money, I lived like a king because I used to actually live in the hotels because my dad was general manager for most of the time I was living in India. So for a developing country, I mean, I had the luxuries of electricity, water, heating, whatever you call it, a swimming pool. We went to a good school. I played cricket. I watched a lot of cricket. I'm a little bit of a cricket fanatic. So I got this big book, Barron's book, which had all these colleges. My dad at that time said, "You get $10,000 a year." That was a pretty sizable sum of money for my dad at that time. He said, "You get $10,000 a year. You got to do your education, books, eating, everything, right? I mean, figure it out." And I took this book and I went from top to bottom and tried to figure out all the schools in the US that we could afford. And there weren't a whole lot, but there were a few. Right, and then it boiled down to like 4 universities, and it's kind of funny how we came to the conclusion of going to Kentucky was that we'd heard of Kentucky Fried Chicken. My dad didn't want me to go to Texas because he was like, there's cowboys and guns over there. I think chicken's safer. My parents came to leave me here. I was left a pretty sheltered life. My mom pretty much ran my life. She, kind of figured out what I was going to eat and what I was going to wear and everything till then. So they both came to leave me to Kentucky. They were there for 4 days, helped set up my bank account and introduced me to my new friend. It wasn't a huge culture shock for me. I spoke fairly decent English back then as well. Did my education in English. I'd seen enough American television to know what I was expecting. Now I quickly realized this was not going to be like Beverly Hills 90210. So that became pretty clear to me. I bought myself a great $450 car, which used to run most days. One of the first jobs I had, actually, I worked at the Wildcat Lodge. So the Wildcat Lodge is where the basketball players in Kentucky stay. And the college basketball is the biggest thing that is happening in Kentucky. So they used to hire only international students to work there because we wouldn't be in awe of these players, which was true because I didn't really care about these players as much as the rest of the state did. I delivered newspapers after that, once again at like 5 a.m. in the morning. I did that for a couple of years. I worked at gas stations, came in '93. I don't know if I thought through exactly what I was going to do and how long I was going to be in the US, and I actually hadn't. My dream actually, I think, was make $26,000 and I'll buy myself like a Honda Civic and life is going to be great. Subsequently, every 5 years, it seems like my vision seems to expand a little bit more, and times change. I'm very fortunate. I work for a really good company, Medtronic. I live in Maple Grove, in a very nice neighborhood. Married now for 16 years, and I have an 8-year-old daughter, Anya. You could arguably say I have living the American dream right now. There's not much to complain about. I feel fairly fortunate with what I have right now. And in '99, it looked like there was a high probability I was going to move back to India. The immigration lawyer that the company had hired said, "You have less than a 5% chance of getting a green card, and it's going to cost $20,000. The company said, "We can't sponsor your green card." At that time, I was pretty much prepared to go back to India. And it wasn't like I was going to cry about it. It was like, India is a reasonable place to live, right? And I was fine with that. But, there's a little bit of, I don't know the word in English, but, determination that, what I can't have, I want to have. And there was a little bit of that. And I said, I'm going to go figure this out. I found an attorney, and I found a mentor who would help me through this. And I paid for the attorney and got the company to help sponsor me. And, I got my green card and, got the green card, and just felt like this victory that, okay, so we have this green card now. They're fairly successful, I would say. I have pretty much everything I want, but my family, my parents are not here, my brother's not here, my grandparents, and you're missing life events when you're here and your family is in India, right? Uh, but you deal with it, right? I mean, and then so this is what I chose, and don't know if it's perfect. I don't know if I should go back. I think about it from time to time. I try to remain in touch with India. I call my parents 3 to 4 times a week. That my dad is still my hero. And I volunteer on the India Association Minnesota board. We help bring India and Minnesota together. It helps get me joy. That I'm a big believer in destiny. So I believe as long as I keep on doing good things will happen to me.